A category of questions I have for you is just explaining how one teaches technical or scientific content well, because you are one of the world masters at it. And then I'm curious both about how you think about it for content you've already put out there on YouTube, but also to the extent it's any different, how you think about it for Eureka.
Yeah. Well, with respect to Eureka, I think like one thing that is very fascinating to me about education is like, I do think education will pretty fundamentally change with AIs on the side. And I think it has to be rewired and changed to some extent. I still think that we're pretty early. I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try to do the obvious things, which is like, have an LLM and ask it questions and get, do all the basic things that you would do via prompting right now. I think it's helpful, but it still feels to me a bit slop. I'd like to do it properly, and I think the capability is not there for what I would want. What I'd want is like an actual tutor experience. Maybe a prominent example in my mind is I was recently learning Korean, so language learning. And I went through a phase where I was learning Korean by myself on the internet. I went through a phase where I was actually part of a small class in Korea, taking Korean with a bunch of other people, which was really funny. But we had a teacher and like 10 people or so taking Korean. And then I switched to a one-on-one tutor. And I guess what was fascinating to me is I think I had a really good tutor. But I mean, just thinking through like what this tutor was doing for me and how incredible that experience was, and how high the bar is for like what I actually want to build eventually. Because I mean, she was so she instantly from a very short conversation understood like where I am as a student, what I know and don't know. And she was able to like probe exactly like the kinds of questions or things to understand my world model. No LLM will do that for you 100% right now, not even close, right? But a tutor will do that if they're good. Once she understands, she actually like really served me all the things that I needed at my current sliver of capability. I need to be always appropriately challenged. I can't be faced with something too hard or too trivial. And a tutor is really good at serving you just the right stuff. And so basically, I felt like I was the only constraint to learning, like my own. I was the only constraint. I was always given the perfect information. I'm the only constraint. And I felt good because I'm the only impediment that exists. It's not that I can't find knowledge or that it's not properly explained or et cetera. Like it's just my ability to memorize and so on. And this is what I want for people.
How do you automate that?
So a very good question. At the current capability, you don't. But I do think that and that's why I think it's not actually the right time to actually build this kind of an AI tutor. I still think it's a useful product, and lots of people will build it. But I still feel like the bar is so high and the capability is not there. But I mean, even today, I would say ChatGPT is an extremely valuable educational product. But I think for me, it was so fascinating to see how high the bar is. And when I was with her, I almost felt like, there's no way I can build this.
But you are building it, right?
Anyone who's had a really